100 redneck jokes.
You reckon? Well, folks, today we're at Brown County, Indiana. That's right, Yellowwood State Forest.
We're going to do 100 redneck jokes because this is the 100th video on this channel. Might as well do it in Redneck Morning, so.
That's right.
Yeah.
Why not?
Alright.
Alright, so 100 redneck jokes.
You might be a redneck if a full tank of gas doubles the value of your truck.
I had a truck like that once.
You might be a redneck if a woman says she's game, so you shoot her.
Yeah, buddy.
You might be a redneck if all the light switches in your house are wired to turn on the light on the front porch.
Best place in the house.
You might be a redneck if all your favorite shirts came with a 2-pack purchase of cigarettes.
Nice.
Alright.
You might be a redneck if all you wanted for Christmas is deer pee.
Heck yeah.
Nasty.
You might be a redneck if an expired license plate means another decoration for the living room wall.
Hey, I got one of those.
You might be a redneck if any of your children were conceived under a stoplight.
Enough said right there.
That means you should stop.
You might be a redneck if any of your hobbies require dogs and a lantern. You might be a redneck if any of your honeymoon plans involve a deer camp.
Hey, I went fishing on my honeymoon.
You might be a redneck if anyone in your family has ever purchased peroxide in a gallon container.
You might be a redneck if you are missing a lot of teeth. Well, I am, kinda.
Okay.
You might be a redneck if both your house and car are on blocks. That's trailer.
Heck yeah. Hey, you can hear the coyotes.
Yeah.
You might be a redneck if chiggers are included on your list of top 5 hygiene concerns.
You can hear the coyotes right now. Out here in the woods.
You might be a redneck if directions to your house include turn off the paved road. You might be a redneck if during the wedding ceremony the minister said, "Do you, Dwayne, take to be your old lady?" That's the name of my father-in-law. You might be a redneck if everything you want at the fair is hanging from your rearview mirror. You might be a redneck if fine dining is a Waffle House.
Hey. That's quality
Hey,
restaurant.
we got that in Kokomo, don't we?
Mm-hmm.
That's where the popos go.
Yeah.
I prefer Cracker Barrel myself.
You might be a redneck if your first anniversary you take your wife is to dinner at Walmart snack bar.
Hey,
How do we go to Walmart?
That ain't a bad idea.
You might be a redneck if Friday night is sneak into the drive-in night.
I almost thought about doing that in the regular
You
movie
might
theater.
be a redneck if getting a package from your post office requires a full tank of gas in the truck. You might be a redneck if grass is growing in the floorboards of your car.
What the heck?
You might be a redneck if Hank Williams Jr. is your hero. You might be a redneck if hot dogs and pork and beans are your favorite Sunday night dinner. And you might be a redneck if the dashboard of your work vehicle is covered with empty cigarette cartons and Mountain Dew bottles. 25.
Speaking of pork and beans, I always said it was a great pickup line
No, I think it's 26.
to say, "Hey baby, you look better than a bowl of pork and beans." You might be a redneck if in preparation for your upcoming wedding, you register your Tupperware pattern.
I
Okay.
don't get it.
I don't either.
I don't
That's
get
why
it.
it's redneck.
Must not be that redneck. Alright, 27. You might be a redneck if instead of buying your girlfriend candy and flowers, you paint her name on an overpass. I would do it on a water tower, like in John Deere green.
Yeah.
Yeller.
Green and yeller.
Green and yellow, green and yellow. Yeah, you might be a redneck if it took the smartest kid in your 6th grade class 3 times to pass his driving test. I think there's...
What's that?
I don't.
We got animal sounds all around right now.
Like something squeaking in the bed. It ain't me.
29. You might be a redneck if it took you 20 years to figure out how to add single-digit numbers. You might be a redneck if it's impossible to see food stains on the fabric of your uniform. You might be a redneck if Jack Daniels makes your list of most admired people. Hey, he's the guy that invented whiskey.
Sounds like it.
You might be a redneck if making beer is a neighborhood project. Remember doing that when you was a kid? You might be a redneck if no matter how you clean your hands, the dirt under your nails won't come off.
I got chew stains under my fingernails.
Chew stains? You might be a redneck if none of these jokes are making sense to you. Well, we had one earlier that didn't make sense. Maybe you can figure it out and maybe leave the comment below to explain it to us.
Redneck.
35. You might be a redneck if, on cold nights, your dog sleeps on the bed and your wife doesn't.
You might be a redneck if the highlight of your day is finding the prize in the Cracker Jack box.
I like Cracker Jacks.
You might be a redneck if the hood of your truck is higher than the roof of your house. You might be a redneck if the landscaping in your front yard is broken down cars. You might be a redneck if the last time you saw your daddy outside he was picking up the trash chained to 3 other guys. God.
It's horrible.
You might be a redneck if the library in your city ran out of the book, the ABCs of belching.
Belching.
You might be a redneck if the Marlboro Man is your idol. You might be a redneck if the most common phrase you hear at your family reunion is, "What the heck are you looking at, you diphead?" You might be a redneck if the most common phrase in your house is, "Someone go jiggle the handle."
I tell you what, I had plenty of toilets like that.
You might be a redneck if the nearest liquor store is brewing in your basement. You might be a redneck if the newspaper, the business, is a community toilet paper. You might be a redneck if the only songs you know on guitar are Leonard Skinner songs.
Yeah.
You might be a redneck if the other 13 trailers out back of yours belong to your children and their families.
Heck yeah.
You might be a redneck if the passengers enter your vehicle through the driver's side door. Okay. You might be a redneck if the police are looking for you in a brown truck, so you wiped off the mud a bit so they wouldn't recognize you.
Yeah.
Oh, gosh. You might be a redneck if the receptionist is responsible for checking the rat traps at your place of business. Oh. You might be a redneck if the Salvation Army comes to your house and takes the wrong furniture. You might be a redneck if the seats in your car are also your living room furniture.
Oh, yeah.
You might be a redneck if the strongest smell in your house is butane. Don't light a match. You might be a redneck if the tailgate on your truck is also your lawn furniture. You might be a redneck if the town policeman stops by so much you know his 5th grade GPA. You might be a redneck if the UFO hotline limits you to 1 call per day.
Hey!
There goes one.
Huh?
I'm just kidding.
UFO.
I don't see none. You might be a redneck if the velvet paintings in your house were bought from an art dealer on the side of the highway. You might be a redneck if the words NASCAR, tire, dog, or shotgun appeared in your wedding vows.
Yeah. You might be a redneck if there are antlers nailed to the outside of your house. You might be a redneck if there are 4 pairs of pants and 2 squirrels hanging from your clothesline. Yeah. You might be a redneck if there are hubcap wind chimes anywhere on your block.
Hubcap.
Hubcap wind chime. Let's see if we can find that on Amazon. Okay, you might be a redneck if there are more dishes in your sink than in your cabinets.
That is so true. That is so true.
That happens.
Yes.
You might be a redneck if there are more than 5 animals sleeping in your bed.
Holy crap, where's your wife?
That is
sleep?
true too.
Is my wife considered?
I don't know, that depends.
You might be a redneck if there is a restraining order on your pets. Interesting. You might be a redneck if there is anyone named Cletus in your family. 98. You might be a redneck if there is a bungee cord holding your bumper up on your car.
I've seen that before.
Yeah, what's wrong with that? You might be a redneck if there is more carpet on your toilet than on your floor.
How the heck?
I like the pink
How
fuzzy,
the heck do you get
pink
the
fuzzy
carpet
toilet
on your
myself.
You know the fuzzy
Yeah.
stuff.
How do you get fuzzy stuff on your toilet?
The cover. The fuzzy cover.
How is there a fuzzy cover?
Oh, see that fuzzy cover on your toilet? Here, seen a toilet with a fuzzy cover on it before?
No, all I said was hard toilets.
No, they got, actually, they used to have,
Cushion. Dang.
yeah, they got like a fuzzy, like,
That's
look
like
like,
your
feel like
steering
carpet.
wheel. That's like
I've
your
seen,
steering
like,
wheel
pink
in your
ones.
car.
Yeah.
Okay.
And for the 100th redneck joke, you might be a redneck if there's a trophy in your house with the word spitting on it.
Oh man.
Well, there you have it, folks. 100 redneck jokes for the 100th video. And a good redneck
Alright.
morning to y'all.
Right.
Milk, milk, lemonade. Round the corner, fudges made. Milk, milk, lemonade. Round the corner, fudges made. Milk, milk, lemonade. Round the corner, fudges made.
I don't think I have a butt like they do, but
This
Wait,
is where
what
my
did it-
poop
what-
comes out.
This is where my poop comes out. This is where her poop comes out.
It's where the poop come out.
I mean poop.
Where the poop come out.
Wow.
Alright.
I hope they didn't. I don't know.
If you like this video, like it, favorite, subscribe. And I don't think there'll be an after show for this one.
I
No,
think that was the after show.
I think milk,
Yeah.
milk, lemonade.
But don't forget to come back every time we post one. So keep an eye out. We got more vlogs coming soon.
Probably tomorrow we might have another vlog. It depends
Yeah.
what time we get back.
Yep.
If you ever get a chance, come down here to Blast, Brown County, Indiana. Beautiful place. Camping, fishing, festivals, all kinds of stuff
Yeah.
going down here. I love it.
So like, subscribe, favorite, and that's it. Peace.
Bye. Till next time.
Goodbye.
Goodbye.